All right, so you've got a dog in Puyallup and you're looking for a trainer. You are absolutely in the right place. We're going to walk through everything you need to know so you can feel really confident about the choice you make for you and your best friend.
You know, good training is so much more than just teaching sit and stay in your living room. It's about getting your dog ready for real life here in Puyallup. Imagine taking a calm walk along the Riverwalk Trail or navigating the farmer's market without any stress. That's the real goal, right?
Okay, so here's our plan. First, we'll talk about why training specifically for Puyallup life matters so much. Then we'll get into the different methods and programs, what all those letters after a trainer's name actually mean, what you can expect to pay, and we'll finish up with some local rules and great resources.
So first up, training for life in Puyallup. And this is a big one, because a successful training plan is never one size fits all. It really has to be tailored to the world your dog is going to experience every single day. Just think about all the things your dog needs to handle in a typical week here. You've got the weekend crowds at Bradley Lake Park, the chaos of events like Meeker Days, and all the activity around the South Hill Mall. Your dog needs to learn how to calmly share the Riverwalk Trail with joggers and cyclists, and how to be a welcome guest in our local pet-friendly shops. These are the real-world skills that make all the difference.
So how do you actually build those skills? Well, let's explore the different training methods and program formats to help you find that perfect fit for your dog's personality and your own goals.
The approach you're going to hear about the most, and for very good reason, is positive reinforcement. In the simplest terms, it just means you reward your dog for making good choices. It's an incredibly effective and humane way to train that builds a really strong, trusting relationship, and the results you get actually stick because it's not based on any fear or pain. Now, training can be delivered in a few different ways. Group classes are fantastic for general obedience and for helping your dog learn to focus with other dogs around. Private sessions are perfect for tackling specific issues at home, like barking at the door. And then you have board and train programs, which are a much more intensive option if you're looking for faster, more immersive results.
Okay, Section 3. Let's decode those trainer credentials. When you see a string of letters after a trainer's name, it can look a little like alphabet soup. But those certifications are actually a really reliable way to gauge a trainer's knowledge and their commitment to their profession.
So what should you be looking for? Well, something like CPTKA shows a trainer has passed a pretty tough exam on learning theory and ethics. Others, like KPA-CTP, tell you they've had intensive hands-on training in positive reinforcement. And if you're dealing with more complex stuff, like serious fear, you'll want to look for specialized credentials from organizations like the IABC. That signals a whole other level of expertise.
Next up, let's get into the practical details, shall we? Costs and key questions. We'll look at how to set a realistic budget and go over exactly what you should ask a potential trainer before you make any commitments.
Here's a general idea of training costs in the Puyallup area. A group class that runs for a few weeks might be somewhere between $150 and $290. On the other hand, a full board and train program is a much bigger investment, and you can see it often runs into the thousands.
To make that a bit more concrete, a single private lesson, which usually lasts about 60 to 90 minutes, will typically run you somewhere between $100 and $180. This can be a great option for getting some targeted, one-on-one help with a specific issue. Okay, when you're interviewing a trainer, have these essential questions ready to go. You want to ask about their methods and their credentials. A really good one is asking how they customize a plan specifically for your dog's needs. Also, find out how you'll both measure progress and, of course, get a clear picture of all the costs and their cancellation policy right up front.
For our last section, let's cover some local rules and resources. Because, great training really goes hand in hand with being a responsible and considerate member of the Puyallup community.
These are pretty much the non-negotiables for dog owners around here. You need a 6-foot leash in all public areas unless it's a designated off-leash park. Washington state law requires a current rabies vaccine. All dogs over 6 months old have to be licensed with Pierce County. And yeah, there are nuisance barking rules to help keep our neighborhoods peaceful.
And hey, once you're learning all these great skills, here are some fantastic local spots to go practice. The Riverwalk Trail is just perfect for mastering that loose leash walking. The fenced dog parks at Bradley Lake and Wildwood Park are safe places to work on off-leash recall. And the trails at Clarks Creek Park offer a great environment for building focus with real-world distractions all around.
As we wrap things up, I want to leave you with one more really valuable idea, especially if you're bringing a new dog into your home. It's called the 3-3-3 rule. Have you heard of it?
It's a simple guideline for managing your expectations.
The idea is to plan for about 3 days for your new dog to just decompress, 3 weeks to start learning your daily routine, and a full 3 months to truly settle in and feel at home. Just remembering this can help you approach your training with so much more patience and understanding.
Because in the end, that's really the goal, isn't it? A well-trained dog just makes every single part of your life in Puyallup better. It means more relaxing backyard barbecues, more enjoyable walks in Wildwood Park, and a stronger bond with your dog, all while being a great neighbor. We wish you the very best on your training journey.